Why you have to go by your average weight loss after bariatric surgery. This is so important, guys. So important. And I see so many people failing, or even worse, thinking they're failing when they're not, because they're not going by this. The diet industry has taught weighing yourself incorrectly. Wrong, flat out wrong. This slimming world, I'm going to weigh myself every single week and hope for a result. Oh, it hasn't gone down this week. Oh, what's the point? Oh, it has gone down this week. Oh, I feel amazing. We don't want to be up. We don't want to be down. We weigh ourselves. We just want to be collecting information and data. I appreciate that might sound difficult because there's an emotional connection to this. So let's give ourselves the best opportunity and go by the average. Anything in life, whether it be money or can't think of anything else, but something else that is up and down in life, you got to spend money in life, you would go by the average over the course of time to see how something's going on, right? Where it might be a case, it might look the weather. If you look at the degrees altogether over the course of the year, you'll get a rough idea what the average is at certain times of the month or certain times of the year indeed. Weight loss is no different. It's going to be up and down, particularly with bariatric surgery because it's so aggressive in the early stages, okay? The LRD diet for 2, 3, 4 weeks, however it's done for, exceptional losses occur. Sometimes week 1 post-op, no losses occur because we're healing and you know, there's different variables to this, but it's quite common that maybe the first 6 weeks post-procedure and indeed maybe a 2-week LRD, a good amount of weight loss can occur. 2 to 3 stone, 28 to 42 pounds. It depends on the start weight, but as a benchmark. So people are averaging, if you think, say someone's lost 35 pounds in total and they've done 10 weeks, 8 weeks post-op and 2 weeks liver reducing diet, they're losing 3.5 pounds a week. Because unless someone's got an excessive high amount of weight they lost to lose, they're not going to lose that amount in the first year. So we have to understand that weight will slow down over the course of time. We have to understand that our body is not just body fat. You're putting yourself in a big calorie deficit because how many calories we burn at rest is higher when we are heavier, because things like resting heart rate tends to be higher, but indeed also when we're moving more. So you think if I'm carrying 2 10-kilogram weights and I'm walking around with them, I'm going to burn more calories compared if I'm not carrying that. So as weight goes down, we're burning less calories when we move and we're burning less calories at rest. We have to eat more food over the time. No one wants to stay on the liquid, the puree, the soft phase. It's very desirable to come off that. So as we're eating more and we're burning less calories at rest and we're burning less calories as we move, that deficit's going to get smaller. So not only is weight loss going to slow down over time because of the fact that we are getting lighter, it's actually going to slow down over time because just on a scientific basis, that's guaranteed. So very aggressive losses at the beginning, it's going to slow down a bit over time. We have to go by the average, right? So say, for example, let's just say someone's lost 35 pounds in that sort of 10-week time frame. Let's say by week 20, they've lost another 15 pounds. So in the next 10 weeks, they've lost another 15 pounds. So they're averaging around 1.5 pound a week, whatever that works out at. So they've lost 50 pounds in total. So in 20 weeks, that means they're averaging around 2.5 pounds a week. It's still aggressive weight loss every single week, 2.5 pounds a week. That's over a stone in under 7 weeks, 6 weeks or so, right? This is aggressive weight loss. That's the story. But of course, during that second period, during that second 10-week period, it's probably going to be £1 off 1 week, 0 another, 2 the next. But if we go by the average over the course of time, including our more aggressive start, it's going to tell a lovely story. If someone's 20 weeks in, they've lost 50 pounds, it's very, very likely that, depending on their start weight, they could be knocking the door of 80, 90, 100 pounds over the course of 52 weeks, which is where the most aggressive losses occur in the first 12 months. Another way of going by it is your percentage. Okay, now people go by BMI. Remember, gastric sleeves and bypasses tend to offer around about 65 to 75% of your excess weight. So it's not necessarily going to get you to your BMI, but of course you can take the ball and run with it from there. But let's just say someone wants to lose 5 stone as part of to get himself close to a healthy BMI. The way to look at that would be, okay, so let's just say you lose 4 stone, so you've lost 80% of your excess weight in that first year. So the way to look at that is if you've lost 2 stone out of the 4 that we're hoping to lose in that sort of 12-month period, you're actually 50% of the way there. Many patients report that they have lost 2 stone in the first 6 to 10 weeks. Well, if you're 50% towards your target in the first 6 to 10 weeks, that's a tremendous position to be in. But someone who's lost 2 stone in that time frame might hear that somebody else has lost 3 stone, but that just means that they were heavier to start with, and of course their percentage will not be aligned with yours because you've got less to lose in the first place. I hope that makes sense. But the average is the easier thing to go by because it's just literally total number of weight lost in pounds divided by weeks, and it tells a lovely, lovely story 99 times out of 100. Of course, this is assuming that we are being process-driven daily. We're optimizing our protein. We're getting our fluids in. We are exercising at 6 weeks. We're doing exercise 2 to 3 times a week. We're getting our steps in, all the things that we know we should be doing. then you can be rest assured that average will come down over the course of time, because the tool is exceptional for weight loss. But over the course of time, those processes become even more important. The percentage still tells a lovely story, but it can be a little bit more complicated depending on what your start weight was, etc. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's something that you're going to take on board. In fact, we're going to maybe weigh weekly or weigh monthly. If you're weighing weekly, I would compare monthly and go by your average over the course of time. And if you are losing anything over £2 a week consistently over the course of the year, so that would elicit over £100 loss over a course of a calendar year, you are making tremendous progress. Now, again, that number there I just said, there's not the benchmark, because it's going to vary from person to person, because not everyone needs to lose £100 when they do this, because BMI can vary based on your height, etc. But that's the game. Play that. Be process driven daily. And the reason it's so important I go through this today, when people are only outcome driven and they don't have to have a full on understanding of why weight loss is fluctuating for different reasons, water weight, time of the month, you had a social occasion, you had a holiday, fiber, carbohydrates, sodium, all the reasons why weight can fluctuate. If they don't have an understanding of that and it's fluctuating, it's quite common people stop doing the right processes because they think the outcome's not coming. It's imperative we keep those right processes up, go by the average over the course of time, and you will absolutely change your life in a year. All the best from me. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye-bye.